Hello traders, and welcome to Trading the Trend. I am Dennis, and this is my weekly look at the trends in the markets for week ending June 23rd. We're going to be going into our last week of the first half of the year, and let's look at where we are. S&P 500 weekly chart. We'll focus in a little bit, and we continue to stay above this consolidation box. Another up week, although we didn't see too much in the way of movement. We're mostly consolidating here right now. Looking at the NASDAQ, which had a couple down weeks, it had a pretty good up week on volume, so I would say this pullback in the tech sector is over, and I would look for this to move to new highs in the next week or two. Other things I'm looking at on the cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, that had the big pullback, had a good up week. It's actually pulled back a little bit. This is probably the price of closed on Friday. It's down about $50 from that price as we speak. But the cryptocurrencies seem to be in a bit of a consolidation right now. The big rise in market cap has seemed to slowed a bit, which is actually a good thing. After a big move like this, we need to see some sideways consolidation going on before we try to move higher. Other things I'm looking at, price of oil continues to drop, 5 down weeks in a row. Locally, price of gallon for gasoline is down to $2.08 here in Florida. That's as low as we've seen in a couple of months. Normally, you're supposed to see gas prices go up during the summer months, but as you can see, we are moving down with the price of oil, and this actually happened the same thing last year. This is all of June so far, and if you look over here, this downward move right here encompassed all of June and July of last year. So we're just repeating what we did last year. Instead of prices going up for the summer driving season, they're actually going down. Let's look at some let's look at our commodities next. Gold and silver, well, let's see here. Weekly chart, we get a little bit of an up move, but we're kind of right in the middle of a trading range here. This is the gold miners here. We look at gold, same situation. We're kind of in between the high and the low here. And then if we look at silver, weekly chart, not a whole lot happening. Silver is the weakest of the three at this point. Now let's look at our currencies. And we'll start with my strong week rankings. Nothing much has changed for the week. Just not a whole lot happening in these markets. New Zealand has stayed strong. It's been strong the entire month of June. The pound has been weak. Matter of fact, everything pretty much stayed in place. Numbers 1 through 3 didn't move at all, and 7 and 8 remain weak. A little bit of shuffling here in the middle, 3, 4, and 6, but not a whole lot of movement in the currency markets right now. Now let's look at some pairs. We'll start weekly chart, Euro US dollar, most frequently traded, and you can see we're still in that consolidation, long-term 2.5-year consolidation. We've really gone into a short-term consolidation here, 5 weeks in a row. Price, while you have some weekly volatility, it has pretty much closed right at where it was at the end of this big candle here. So not a whole lot moving here in the currencies, but even with this consolidation, the Euro US dollar is our biggest mover year to date. It's up like 6%, which is more than any other currency, which shows you how slow the currency markets are moving right now. With no further talk of the euro collapsing or any other currency collapsing, things are pretty much moving sideways in the currencies. Now let's look at my top strong week trade as of right now. Same one from last week, which is the New Zealand, or the pound New Zealand. And there we go, weekly chart. You know, see we have, what, 5 down weeks in a row. If we look at this on the daily, this would have been our entry point on the 9th of June for our top strong week trade, and this past week we did get down to 270 pips. Then it pulled back a bit, so this trade is very much still valid. It just depends on how many of these pips you want to lock in before exiting this trade. But as long as we stay below this 200-day moving average, I would expect this thing to continue to move lower, continuing this long downturn trend we've had going. So anyway, that's what I got for you for this week, and hopefully I will catch y'all on my thread later on in the week. Bye.